Okay, so today I want to try playing with the Twitter API in Python. So I'm going to get Jupyter running, and okay, this is taking unusually long. Okay, there we go. All right, so what you need to do is you go to Twitter, and you need to have an account created in Twitter, okay? And if you haven't, so that's the first thing. And then where you're going to go is you're going to go to apps.twitter.com, okay? apps.twitter.com, and this will. I'm out of battery on the microphone. Okay. I guess I'll create a new app for the purpose of this class. So we'll create a new app under apps.twitter, and then whatever name. I'll call this Stats 31 class demo, and the description is Twitter API demo for class. Website, I don't know, GitHub, SmilesGen, doesn't really matter. Okay, you can leave the callback URLs empty, and you have to agree to the terms. Okay, so is that all right? apps.twitter.com, create a new application. Create your Twitter application. Oh, what happened here? I guess http:// I have to do that. Okay, so there we go. All right. I've been having bad luck with batteries today. Okay, and then to get it to actually work, you need to set up some authentication keys. So you have this stuff that says consumer key, this and that, but you're going to go over to keys and access tokens. And then at the bottom you'll click create my access token. Okay, so and that will create your access token and access token secret. So this is normally something that you should keep secret, because it will give everybody access to your Twitter account. Okay, so I'm recording this. After this video is done, I'm gonna have to revoke access to this token. Okay, but anyway, so there's going to be four pieces to this. You've got so you go over keys and access tokens, and then there's the consumer key, the consumer secret, and then the access token and the access token secret. Okay, and so those are the four pieces that you need in order to kind of set up this the authentication between your what you're doing in Python and getting it to talk to Twitter. Okay, are you guys following along, or should I just keep going? Are you guys doing okay? All right. Okay, and then in order to get this to work, there's a few different packages out there. Okay. One is called TweePy, and it looks like this, okay? And so you can do that, and then and it has well, so it's got getting started, and you write all of this down, okay? To install TweePy on your thing, you'll want to start up a prompt, okay? And so if you're on a Mac, you can probably just open up a terminal window, and then you'll type in pip install tweepy, okay? Pip is the kind of the package installer for Python, okay? You're gonna type in pip install tweepy. I think it's already installed on mine, so it might just say, yeah, requirements already satisfied, okay, for me. But on yours, if you don't have it already installed, it'll probably install some stuff for you, okay? So that's tweepy. There's also just Python Twitter, okay? On PyPy, you can just do you can also do pip install Twitter, and this is they're both different modules that can be used to access Twitter data, and you would just type this in with you know, pip install Twitter or pip install tweepy. Okay, that's the quick and easy way to install it. All right. Okay. Let me close this. All right, and then to run it, you can just go to the tweepy documentation and kind of follow along the getting started. Okay. Does anyone need a moment to get caught up? Okay. So so I guess I'll create a new notebook. Okay. So here we'll go to Markdown. All right. So this will be using the Twitter API. Okay. So your steps are: create a Twitter account. 2, go to apps.twitter.com and create a new application. Okay, it sounds fancier than it really is. Okay, and once you've created your application, you know, just fill out whatever it is. Go over to keys and access tokens. Okay. Once the application is created, go to keys and access tokens and create access tokens. Okay. Or in a prompt window, install tweepy using pip install tweepy. No, this is not. You get a numbered list. Is that how Markdown does numbered lists? Okay, there we go. Okay, and then set all of these things. Okay, so I'm going to just copy and paste this stuff into here, but I'll probably put it on different lines. So, oops. So we'll do import tweepy on its own. And then let me also, all right, and then we're going to just define all of these variables. So we've got consumer key, we've got consumer secret, we've got access token. These are an access token secret. Okay, these are the 4 pieces that we'll need. So and then so once you are in your application, just copy these over. So you got consumer key, we'll go into consumer key, consumer secret, we'll go into consumer secret, and then access token, we'll go exactly there. And then access token secret will go right there. All right, so this sets the authentication so that Python can talk to Twitter, and Twitter will say, I accept you. Okay, and we will we'll use TweetPy and then open authentication handler. We give it the consumer key and consumer secret, and then we set the access tokens using the access token and access token secret. And this allows us to create our communication. Okay, and then we will use tweetpy.api with this authentication, and that creates the API, and then we can just do public underscore tweets API.home_timeline. This will access kind of the home timeline. I'm not 100. I think it's supposed to be like my timeline, but I don't recognize the stuff that's printing up. Okay, and then for tweet and public underscore tweets, you can do print tweets.text, and oh wait, so this is using the old Python 2 format. So we have to put parentheses around our tweet calls, our print calls, and here it goes. All right. Well, I guess this is. I'm not 100% sure, but okay. So anyway, it pulls the stuff. All right. I don't know if anyone. Are some of you following along? I'm not sure. Okay, and is it kind of working? All right, great. Okay, and that's it to get started. You can then the TweetPy basic documentation is pretty good, and you know, if you want to get a particular user object. Says get the user object for a certain user. We can do that. Okay, so we can do. Let's say we're going to go to user UCLA, so we can go to twitter.com/UCLA. This is UCLA's official Twitter, and this is what is there. Okay. UCLA has 165,000 followers. They're following 329. So we can say get the user, and we can print all of this user information. And again, the documentation is using the old Python 2 calls for print, so we just have to put parentheses around these things. Okay, so we can ask, print the screen name, print the follower count, and then print friend dot screen name, and there we go. So UCLA 164,758, and then who are UCLA's friends? David Burns, UCLA Chancellor. Okay, blah, blah, blah. All right. The additional stuff, the reference under the API. So we've got, the API, and there's all sorts of stuff that we can use. for generally for the API, you really only have to worry about the authentication, which you specify at the beginning, and this is in order to get Python Jupyter or just Python to talk to Twitter, and then we have different things. Okay, you can do so you've got home timeline, and it's going to return kind of the most recent statuses. Okay, you can look up actual tweet IDs. So when you so if you want like a specific tweet, okay, okay, you can look up copy link to tweet, and this will be this specific tweet, and this is the kind of the tweet ID. And so you can do statuses lookup, API.statuses lookup. No, shoot. Is this not it? Let me see. Next is no, okay. Not sure what's going on there. All right. Yeah, returns a list of status objects. Oh, I guess it's empty. Wait, a list of tweet IDs. Okay. And then under users, let's see. You get the user, returns the user object, and then I don't know. You can also like post messages directly from the via the API. So this is how you have those, I don't know, sensors that will automatically tweet when something's going on there. Okay. Let me just pull up a few things here, and let me pull up just a few things that I was messing around with earlier. Okay, so so here, TweetPy has this cursor object, which allows you to kind of, move through like a list of a bunch of stuff. So you can call the cursor object on, anything that will return a list of statuses, right? So API.userTimeline will return a list of statuses, and in this case, it's going to be for ID UCLA. Okay, and so when I run this, it returns back this huge kind of mess here. Okay, and we can see it, returns back this API thing, and then a JSON object. Okay, and a JSON thing is basically it's a dictionary, and you can kind of see the curly brace that starts the dictionary, and it's got a bunch of different things. The created at, the ID as a string, and then the text, along with other information from the tweet. So if you want to kind of pull those, you can ask, okay, give me back the status underscore JSON part. Okay, so within the status we want the JSON dictionary, and this creates, you can see all the kind of the different kind of the key value keyword argument pairs that go inside the dictionary. And so if I want the text, tweet and tweets print. I had this. Shoot. Okay, and you can kind of extract out the different pieces here. So so if we create the the tweets as your dictionary, you can extract different parts of the tweet. So here we've got so the top one is they're tweeting at Hammer Museum. The I guess it's a retweet, okay, and so they're retweeting Hammer Museum, UCLA Newsroom, and UCLA Health News. So that's what we have here: Hammer Museum, UCLA Newsroom, UCLA News. Okay, and when you're on Twitter, it technically doesn't appear that way. It says UCLA retweeted this, but I guess the text that gets returned is retweet the username and then the text that they have. Okay, and then the one that UCLA actually tweeted itself is I will never get over how gorgeous campus is, and hashtag. Okay, I broke something. Hashtag seen at UCLA, photo by whatever this is. Okay. This looks like it's taken from the roof of the Math Sciences building, huh? It's
pretty.
It's like my office view. Okay. Huh? I did not take it. Okay. And this is what we have, and then the next one will come to semi-graduate take it. Okay. There's other from within this thing. Whoops. You can extract out other bits, so not just the text. The text is probably the most interesting part, but you can try to get entities, okay, which itself is going to be a thing of dictionaries, and you can try to get hashtags. So entities. Will this work? So some of these have hashtags in there. Okay, so this is made in LA 2018 and seen at UCLA, and you can kind of see. So this one has this has a hashtag in there, made in UCLA, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then seen at UCLA. But I guess the other ones don't have any hashtags in there, so they don't have stuff. Let me do okay, and so this is a way to start scraping the information. Okay, and then when you see I guess the indices for the hashtags, I think is where the hashtag begins. So I think for this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah. So UCLA Arts starts at the kind of index 14 of the text. So I think if you subset from 14 to 23, that's what we have there. Okay. Is that okay? How the TweetPy cursor works and allows you to kind of move through. And then also with TweetPy, you can create something called a stream listener. Okay, and you have to create a stream listener object. Okay. All right, so we're going to create something called a stream listener, a new class where we've defined, kind of this my stream listener thing, and we'll use the. I'm just copying and pasting directly from the Getting Started tutorial on TweetPy's documentation for streaming with TweetPy. Okay, so we create this, and we'll do my stream listener, and this is what we have. What happened here? All right, why is this not working? Okay, so I have my authentication handler. The listener is my stream listener. Okay. Let me see if this runs. Okay, and then this allows you to pick up topics. So here, we're listening for instances of Python, and I guess this is, so I guess as people are writing stuff about Python, it's listening in, maybe. And so, it pulls stuff here. interrupt this. Is this working? 4 plus 4. Okay, all right. So I interrupted this. Okay, all right. So anyway, okay. So that pulls a stream. It says streams will not terminate unless the connection is closed, blocking the thread. TweetPy offers a convenient async parameter on filter, so the stream will run on a new thread, and whatnot. Data Camp actually offers. They don't talk too much about it, but within Data Camp, they do have like the shortest of shortest sections on using the Twitter API. Let me go over to under Python. What is it? It's like importing data. Importing data in Python 2, part 2. And they talk about using JSON over here, and then over here it says diving deep into the Twitter API. It's a very loose definition of diving deep, but anyway, they in the slides they create a stream listener object. The very kind of the last thing, they create their own kind of stream listener, which kind of creates a file, tweets.txt. So this is a little bit different from the default stream listener that TweetPy creates, but one of the advantages of this is that it will kind of save the things to a text document that you can then use later. When you and an advantage of that, or a reason why you might want to do that, is that Twitter, the API, gives you limited access to Twitter. You're not going to get all of the tweets going out because there's just too much. And if you want everything that everybody around the world is all saying at the same time on Twitter, you have to pay for what they call fire hose access, okay? And it's very expensive, okay? And that's really only for, like, if you're Google or some big internet company that really needs that data, okay? For college students and lecturers, we probably don't need access to that. We might think we want that, but we just have to kind of deal with the filtered data that Twitter gives us. We don't exactly have a ton of insight in terms of like what's being filtered and what we actually get to see. I know this is just a very, very, very light introduction. There's a lot of stuff out there. Twitter's a very popular source of data, okay? And so you can always just type in TweetPy tutorials, okay? And there will be a lot, okay? The other is Python Twitter tutorial, okay? It's exactly what you would expect, right? And then there's a bunch of stuff out there. So this one over here uses the module Twitter, okay? And but you can see kind of in the thing that this thing runs through, the data comes in almost in the same way, okay? Because JSON is the kind of the standard way of transporting information from one website or one internet application to another. And when they come into Python, they come in as dictionaries, which you access using the keywords, and so on. And so that's pretty much similar. It's just a few of the things are a little bit different. Okay, so here you can track different keywords using the Twitter API, but lots of things out there, and all of this is in Twitter. And again, if you do create something with your Twitter thing, don't publish this to GitHub or something where your access token and access token secret are visible by the public, okay? Because this gives you direct access to your Twitter account, okay? So you are able to post messages and pretty much do many of the things that you would do via the web interface here on Twitter. And so when I'm done here, I'm going to just where is it? Under Twitter. What is it? Settings. Under apps, you can revoke access at the end. Okay, so under your own Twitter account things, you can revoke access to your Twitter. Okay, and so what kind of project would you do with the Twitter data? I mean, there's lots of stuff. You can analyze the text for in some kind of sentiment analysis, or that's kind of like a popular thing that people try to do. You can also kind of look at who's following who and try to develop some kind of network graph. That's also a popular thing that people try. But there's lots of options that you have when you have access to the data. Okay, so the Twitter API is just one way in order to get the data in from Twitter, and they almost always come in JSON format. So you're gonna have to use the JSON package there. Okay, I know this is just very light intro to Twitter, and that I don't know. There's a lot of APIs out there. Google Maps has a great API. But yeah, I guess maybe for another time. We won't have time. Okay, are there any questions? Okay, so if you want kind of something that handles data as it's coming in on Twitter, you can create this kind of stream listener, and all right. Okay, let me I guess we only have a couple classes left, so I'm hoping everybody's projects are coming along okay. Again, if you have if you have questions about how you should handle something, I'm happy to try to give you some advice or whatever I can think of. And I look forward to everyone's kind of presentations and videos. and we'll at the end we'll share them with each other, and you guys can all see stuff. Okay, because these are intended to be, like semi-public. Yes.
Are you still having office hours?
Yes, I still have office hours. I have office hours today and on Wednesday, and sure, I can have them on Friday too, I guess. So just as everything's wrapping up. Okay. We all good?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for coming. We'll see you guys on Wednesday.